If I ever want to realize my dream of being able to retire after 10 years of digging potatoes and live in retirement for 10 years and be able to eat 10 potatoes every day, which is the number of potatoes that I need to stay healthy and to stay happy, I'm going to need to get out of Dodge. So I decided to take a trip. I have never been to the very far end of my potato patch. It always seemed too far away, but I can see that if I stay here and do exactly what I've been doing forever and ever, I'll never be able to realize my dreams. So I'm going to take a walk to the far end of the potato patch and see what I can find. It was a much further walk than I thought it would be. I had never been so far from my potato cellar, but eventually after a long walk, I came to the end of the potato patch. When I reached the very far end of my potato patch, I became very excited. I had discovered my first river. I spent a few minutes looking at this neat river when something truly wonderful happened. I saw something swimming down the river. As it got closer, I could see that it was alive. Eureka, I thought. I'll call you a fish. I became fascinated watching the fish swim in the river. As it wiggled its tail back and forth, pangs of hunger suddenly hit my stomach. It then occurred to me how hungry I'd become. The long walk I had just taken all the way across my potato patch had used a lot of energy. So, on impulse, I reached down, grabbed the fish, stuck it in my mouth and ate it. It was real good. Suddenly it came to me. Fish make good food. It was also obvious that reaching down and grabbing a fish was a lot less work than digging up a potato. Based on the feeling I had in my stomach, eating one fish satisfied me about the same as eating one whole potato. When I'm digging potatoes, I'm able to find potatoes at the rate of 20 potatoes in 10 hours, or 2 potatoes in 1 hour, or 1 potato every 30 minutes. But I just spent 3 minutes reaching down, grabbing and eating the fish. Since the fish satisfied me hunger-wise the same as a whole potato, I can catch a fish 10 times faster than I can dig the potato. I stood next to the river and watched it for a while. After a little bit of time, another fish slowly swam by. Shortly after he came by, a pair of fish also passed me. Then a small group of fish came by. I called them a school. Then a continuous stream came by. This must be a very good river for fish. I decided to take advantage of all this good, easy-to-grab food. The next time that the river got full of fish, I reached down and scooped out 9 more fish and laid them in the potato patch next to the edge of the river. Because the fish were swimming by in such large numbers, it took me less than a minute to scoop out the 9 fish. At this point, I did some real quick math in my head. Even though I've only been standing beside the river for a short time, I've already caught 10 fish. It took me 3 minutes to catch the single fish that was by himself, but only another minute to grab the 9 additional fish that were swimming in a large group. Since each fish has about the same food value as one of my potatoes, in 4 minutes' time, I've already gathered an entire day's food. And I didn't even have to get my hands dirty. Just a little wet and slimy. Temporarily forgetting about my retirement goals, spending 4 minutes a day to catch a day's worth of food, the 10 fish seemed an awful lot easier than digging potatoes for 5 hours just to get the 10 potatoes I needed to stay healthy and to stay happy. So I decided to catch some extra fish and take them back and store them in my potato cellar. Maybe I could add them to my retirement savings. I didn't know anything about fish, but I started to think that maybe they would keep just as well as a potato. So if I went back to my potato cellar with 20 extra fish, plus the other 9 fish I was going to eat today, I would have the same amount of retirement savings to add to the potato cellar as I did when I worked 15 hours a day and dug potatoes. So I decided to stay by the river for a little bit longer. After about an hour of waiting, another huge school of fish swam by. Now with so many fish swimming by in one spot, it didn't take me very long to scoop out the 20 extra fish that I needed to put in my potato cellar and add to my retirement savings account. In fact, it only took me 2 minutes to scoop out the 20 extra fish. I couldn't help but notice that after I had scooped out the 20 extra fish, there didn't seem to be very many fish left in the river. But that's okay. I got what I came for. I was really thirsty after having caught all those fish, so I bent over and took a big drink. I was really glad to find out that river water was good to drink. So I scooped up my 29 fish and decided to head back towards my cave and my potato cellar. After walking back across my potato patch, which took 2 hours to accomplish, I found myself back at my potato cellar. I was really hungry after the long walk, so I ate 9 of the fish and put the 20 extra ones in the potato cellar. That night, I went to bed feeling really happy. I slept like a baby and had wonderful dreams. In my dream, I was completely satisfied with the fact that I had found a new source of food that could be harvested at a much faster rate than digging potatoes. I'd also found a way to increase my savings account at a much faster rate. This should allow me to achieve my retirement savings goal in a shorter period of time with much less effort.